Hey guys, Kashina here. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial of legs and arms today. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I should hopefully get back to you with answers. So let's get into it. First one we're going to start off with is legs. They are the ones that attach to your pelvis area. Last week I made a tutorial, a two-parter of the torso. So let's get into it. So first I'll show you male legs and female legs, so you guys can get to know them. Maybe I'll do kid legs as well. Let's do the female right here, kid, and maybe baby. We'll see how it goes. So let me write down those for the arms as well. Right, I got that written down, so let's get into it. Hold on. Would be bent like that. I want it to be straight down to the ankle. Maybe like that. And make the knee a little bigger so that way it doesn't look like it's going to be a tiny little knee. Okay. For the outer part of your leg, you want it to go out and then come in like this. The inner will be round. That. Males have different shaped legs than your general women do. And I'm not entirely sure of the reason behind why ours draw like that. Ankle would be about right here. Remember, the outer part, your ankle is lower, and in the inner, the ankle is higher. All right. On to the female. And with a circle and a straight line down for the thigh. The knee for the knee. Curved line for the bottom leg. Comes down. Hold on. For the curved line, you want it to go out and then in. Like that. Again, with the female's leg, the outer part goes out, then it comes back in towards the knee. Like that. And the inner part is rounded. Like that. Little bump for the knee. Okay. Those down so you guys know exactly what these circles are for. And for the bottom leg, right here, you want to go out, then come back in. You want to follow the curve of that line for the outer part. The inner, you'll just go straight down, like this, from the bottom of the knee, down. You'll have your ankles. That. Why does my female leg look bigger than the male? Oh well, probably because I drew it a little bit bigger. Alright, kid. Circle for the hip. Goes down to the knee. Make that a little bit shorter because kids are smaller than adults and teenagers. Right here will be your knee. And depending on the gender will depend on how the leg is drawn. Go out and in, and then the inner curves. That. Here's your kid's leg. And then your baby's. Out, in, curved. And you can make the baby's legs chunky if you want. The baby's legs a bit of fat to them. That. So there's the note that I've written. Depending on gender and age depends on the leg length and the structure of the leg. Alright, let's get down into arms. Okay, male arms. You want to start off with a circle for the shoulder. We'll go right below that shoulder line. And this is for like the bicep area, which comes down to the elbow. So this is shoulder. This one is elbow. Comes down into the wrist. I maybe will show you a couple different types of male arms, because there are a couple. So there's a normal arm where they're not at all muscular. I like to imagine it as being round up here and then going flat down towards the elbow. Well, where it points down towards the elbow, and then it comes out and goes in towards the wrist. It's out at the elbow, in towards the wrist for the lower arm. Like that. For another male arm, I like to, for the muscular ones, I draw the arm for the upper arm. Hold on. I'm going to fix this off. Okay, here we go. This is the elbow. Down to the wrist. So this will signify muscle. I don't even think I spelled that right. Oh well. For the muscular arms, depending on them, it'll depend on the size of this oval right here that goes between the shoulder circle and the elbow circle. So what I like to think of it is I like to, right here, go down and then curve out for the muscle right here. And right here it's flat and then it curves out because this is where your, right here is where your armpit would be. And then out, then in for lower arm, like that. Sorry, I'm not really good at explaining how I do things. I generally don't explain. Anyways, let's get into the female arm. So again, with her, we'll have a circle for the shoulder that will come down to her elbow. It'll go down to her wrist. Whoops, let me fix that. What I wound up doing was shortening the circle for the shoulder because females generally have smaller arms and build than men do. But I'll still go in towards the elbow like this. But I won't come out as much for the lower arm as I did for the man's. So it'll look a lot more softer, but still carry the shape. And I guess this just adds to how I see my arms because I'm kind of skin and bone. I don't have any meat, even though I live where it's literally almost maybe 50-ish degrees. But anyways, let's get into the kid hands. I mean, kid arms. Haha. Not doing hands yet. That's the next tutorial. Them, smaller circle, smaller arm. Go down to the elbow, down to the wrist. I like to think of it is that the inner part this time for the arm is flat, the outer is a bit round. It's a bit rounded off, but they still head down towards the elbow section. And comes in and then comes out, goes in. And again, it's a lot more softer. And then for the babies, smaller circle, smaller lines. Smaller circle, smaller lines, smaller circle. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Forearm. Have free labor with the babies. You can make them chunky if you want. I like to make my babies chunky. It makes them look like they're babies, not other kids. Then lower arm. Go. So I'm going to write a quick note off camera and come back to you guys. I'm back. I have written the note. It says arms will be shaped different depending on the gender and the muscle mass of that character. But it also depends on the character that you are creating. And that this applies also for the legs. I just didn't have enough space to write that down. But I hope this tutorial was helpful. And feel free to follow along with it and learn from them. And remember, you guys can ask me questions down in the comments if you have any. If you don't understand why I've written what I've written here or how I shape things, you can go ahead, or why I shape them that way, you can go ahead and ask me those in the comments down below. Before I let you guys go, on that high note, I have been making stickers. I traditionally make them. These are the originals. I will not be selling the originals. I will be selling duplicates of them, though. And I'm thinking that I may sell them in packs. So that way you get at least 10 per pack, and you get a variety of them, and So you can just take a pack, and how many packs you get will depend on how much money you have to pay. I'm still deciding on how much I want each sticker to cost, and depending on how each individual sticker cost will depend on the cost for each pack. But yeah, I created more stickers since the last tutorial. This is one of the new ones that I've created. This one I probably would have to say is my favorite. It's Little Alien. Love the Little Alien. But yeah, these are some of the stickers that I created. Remember, I will not be selling the originals, but I will be selling any duplicates that I create, and those duplicates will be going into packs. I'll be designing the packaging, the back of the package that I want. Maybe I'll use plastic bags to store the stickers in and staple those to the packs. So that way you guys can have the experience of opening up your own custom-made sticker pack. Now this was my second favorite I made of Eevee. If you guys want a tutorial on how I make stickers, just let me know down in the comments as well, as any of your questions. So I can make a tutorial of how I make my stickers. And I can give you any tips for whenever it comes down to it. But yeah, I make my own personal stickers. I hand draw them. Once I have an iPad, I may start digitally doing them digitally once I have an iPad and all. But for now, I am doing them traditionally, at least the originals. But I may do the duplicates digitally or traditionally. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I'm going to be selling them in person. I'm not sure how I would send them off through email and stuff. I haven't figured that one out yet. I may just end up starting to sell them off in my town where I live currently and see how it goes from there. And once I figure out how to sell them to you guys, other guys that are not living here close to me, then I'll try find a way to sell them to you. This is another one of my favorites, a little moth cat. I loved making this one. Yeah, if you want any stickers, just let me know and I'll try and figure out a way. I may not be able to do it immediately, but I will try and find a way to send them off to you. It just won't be an immediate thing. And also, if you want a tutorial on how I make stickers, let me know. I have also started making stickers in my chibi style traditionally. I do have a digital style. I made a video of how I digitally color in eyes, if you want to watch that. It's how I digitally color eyes. Not everybody's the same doing it digitally. Yeah, some of these are new. The chibi ones are definitely new. The deer ones are new. I never used to draw chibis into stickers. I never used to draw chibis anyways. But now I'm actually found a way I like to draw my chibis. But these are just the stickers that I've been creating. Trying to get into mythical creatures as well. Fantasy creatures, any type of creature. Chibis. But yeah, if you guys want me to teach you guys how you can make your own stickers at home, let me know down in the comments. During that time, I'll probably have to have somebody else hold the camera for me so I can use both hands, as it does require a bit of cutting. And I do not exactly have a tripod yet. And I'm having to hold the camera by hand. These were easy to make, simple, but they do take a lot of time to create because you have to think about the design, research that design, draw it out, color it in, and turn it into a sticker. Anyways, guys, those were my stickers, and here is the final picture of what we went over today in our tutorial. Remember the notes that I have? You can pause the video so you can read each note if you want, if I did not hold it to the camera for long enough. Anyways, see you guys in the next tutorial.